What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and yeah, we're here. It's pinky out time. Today we're talking about Greensboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and yeah, it's official. The police are involved at this point. Roll the intro. Guys, before we get into today's video, you guys know what time it is, man. Today's video is being brought to you guys by Morgan & Morgan, attorneys at law. If you're looking for a personal injury law firm, there are no larger group of attorneys than Morgan & Morgan. When you're going to battle with an insurance company or a corporation, you want somebody that has those deep pockets and the ability to fight for you. And Morgan & Morgan can do that. You can get started in 8 clicks or less from one of these smartphone by going to forthepeople.com/TK's Garage, forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. And I appreciate them for allowing me to do what I do. Guys, this is insane. So in the last update, we talked about and we showed you guys the actual notary stamp on some of these documents from a customer who had a document notarized and was nowhere near. They literally forged his signature and his name on documents at the dealership and had them notarized. We covered that, right? Now, the customer has been in contact with the sheriff's department and the district attorney and is pursuing criminal charges against the dealership for basically forgery. Now, the question I have here is it just going to be forgery, identity theft, and then misuse of a notary? All of these are very serious issues for a dealership. In fact, it's so serious that I reached out to the North Carolina Dealer Services, and I also reached out to Roy Cooper's office. That's the governor in North Carolina. For you guys that don't know, and you guys think I just live in Vegas, North Carolina was my home for a very long time. My offices were at Fort Bragg, which are now Fort Liberty. I lived in Hope County for a very long time out there on the East Coast. I lived in Raleigh for a really long time out in Nightdale. And I lived in Charlotte. I lived all over the state. So I love North Carolina. And I have a lot of influential friends in government in North Carolina. And I went ahead and I reached out to some people that work at the state capitol to be like, hey, can you give me a hand with this? I want to know what the legal culpability is for this dealer. And as soon as I explained the story to this aide in Raleigh, they were like, whoa. They did what? Can you send me these documents? And I was like, sure. Boom, sent the document over. Hold on. Phone call. Another person from the DMV calls me. And now I got somebody from, basically it would be the same thing as used car or new car motor vehicle services, like the people that manage the license of dealers. And they are floored. They can't believe that this dealership did this. Now, this dealership is probably on the run right now. What I mean by that is they're probably shitting bricks because somebody from this office called the dealer and magically the general manager is not available. I bet they're not. But this was the warning. Like when we did this video the other day, this was very clear. I made it very clear that this was going to become a big problem for this dealership if they didn't resolve it very quickly. And they didn't. And now you have the customer calling the local police department, the sheriff's department in Guilford County, and contacting the district attorney and trying to file charges against the dealership for fraud. Because they have them for fraud. They have them for perjury, forging those documents and notarizing them, because it's in the state of North Carolina, if you didn't know this, A notary is considered an officer of the court. Okay, so you've brought a fraud upon the court by falsely notarizing these documents and forging the customer's signature. It's identity theft by you signing this customer's name or saying that you were this customer at the time that you notarized these documents. So you have identity theft and you have forgery. Oh my God. I can't. I had to be honest. Dodge has to jump in here. If corporate doesn't jump in and start making these auto groups make the right decisions, like I'm going to tell you right now, if you out of every auto brand that's out right now, Dodge has the worst public relations, period. I mean, when you think bad dealer, you think somebody screwing over something, you think Dodge first. And that's horrible. Ask anybody. Matter of fact, I'll do a poll. I'll have my network do a poll over on Instagram, and we'll drop one here on YouTube. And I'm willing to bet it ain't gonna be Chevy. It ain't gonna be GM. It ain't gonna be Ford. It's not gonna be any of the foreign manufacturers. It's going to go like this. Boo, Dodge. Bet. And it's crazy because I feel like they're letting this shit happen. This can be stuff that can be nipped. As soon as this came out publicly that this dealer was falsifying documents and notarizing customers' signatures that aren't present, Dodge should have immediately done this. What are y'all doing? Stop that shit. I don't know. And again, I'm a dealer. I know how this works. I know that the dealers are the customers of Dodge, and Dodge could really give a fuck about you or me. I'm not dumb. Everybody that thinks, oh, there's a brotherhood. It's the suckerhood of muscle. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's the suckerhood of muscle. Because Dodge doesn't give a fuck about you and doesn't give a fuck about me. Now, in these rare instances where Dodge actually goes out and makes a situation right, like they did for that active duty service member whose demon was sold out from under him, yay. I'm glad that Tim Kaniskis got involved and did something about that. But when you have issues like this, where you have a dealership that is just think about this. If they're willing to forge documents and notarize documents on a sale of a vehicle that the car was sold at MSRP, who's to say that they're not forging documents in their finance department or anywhere else, selling warranties, doing other stuff? Do you get what I'm saying? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the district attorney comes in out there in Greensboro, who's going, well, damn, I wonder what else they're forging. So, do not be surprised. I know a lot of you guys have been sending the videos and stuff over to the local media, and I did talk to somebody, not from Greensboro, but from a Charlotte news station that asked me about this, and I sent over everything that I had concerning Greensboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And I think probably in the next 48 to 72 hours, you're probably going to see a story on this in the local media there in North Carolina about this dealership. And then I think the political expediency for the district attorney and the sheriff, because it's an election year, guys, they're probably going to charge somebody at that dealership for committing fraud. That's going to be my guess. I don't know if this dealership is actually able to make the situation right at this point to try to make this go away. I don't even know if Dodge could reach out to this customer and make it right to make this situation go away. I'm publishing an update to you guys just to let you guys know what the situation was. The customer is in contact at this point with the district attorney and the sheriff's department directly concerning forgery, fraud, and identity theft. It will be interesting to see what happens moving forward with Greensboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I don't know if they're going to clean house, if they're going to start firing staff and posting updates on their Facebook that they had to fire people to make things right. I don't know, but I will keep you guys posted. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How long do you think this is gonna happen with these dealerships before they don't exist?